Game between Precon Wind deck and Precon Earth deck starts. Wind goes first, drawing Great Wall, Gothic Tower, and Black Tower from their Atlas, and Hounds of Onderos, Nightmare, and Peregrine Apparition from their spellbook. Not satisfied with the high cost minion cards, Wind takes a mulligan, shuffling their hand back in their decks and drawing a new hand that has Cloud City, Observatory, Lone Tower, Doomsday Device, Lightning Bolt, and Snow Leopard. Earth draws Secret Tunnel, Humble Village, and Rustic Village from their Atlas, and Sage Ballista, Amazon Warriors, and Pudge Butcher from their spellbook. Due to Wind's mulligan, Earth has the chance to look at a card from the top of their spellbook, finding Wild Boars, which they decide to keep on top to help fend off Wind's early aggression. Wind taps their avatar to play Observatory from their hand, looking at the top 4 spellbook cards and putting them back in any order. They then spend 1 mana to play Snow Leopard and pass their turn. Earth player then draws a spellbook card and taps their avatar to play Rustic Village, summoning a 1-power Foot Soldier token there. Lastly, they spend 1 mana to play Wild Boars and pass. Wind player then untaps their cards and draws a spellbook card from their deck. They tap their avatar to play Lone Tower, followed by a Dead of the Night Demon on top of it. They tap their Snow Leopard to move it forward and pass. Earth player untaps their cards, draws a spellbook card, and tap their avatar to play Humble Village. Earth player passes. Wind player untaps their cards and draws a spellbook card from their deck. They then tap their avatar to play Cloud City. They then tap their 2 minions to move them forward. Wind player spends 2 mana to play Angel Zack, and then they activate Cloud City's ability to move it to the left. They end their turn. Earth player untaps their cards and draws a spellbook card. They play Secret Tunnel and spend 3 mana to play Sage Ballista, born by a Foot Soldier. They tap both to deal 3 damage to Snow Leopard. Earth player then taps their avatar, which they had forgotten to do when they played their site. Earth player passes. Wind player then untaps their cards. They gain 2 life at the start of their turn due to Angel's Egg's effect, and they draw 1 spellbook card from their deck. They then tap their avatar to draw a sight from their Atlas. They then tap their Dead of the Night Demon to move it to Secret Tunnel, performing an automatic attack. Wind player then spends 1 mana to play Sling Pixies. They end their turn. Earth player untaps their cards and draws a spellbook card for turn.
They then tap their avatar to draw sight from their Atlas. They tap their Foot Soldier to move it to an adjacent site, and they spend 2 mana to play Crusade. With 1 extra power from Crusade, Wild Boars attempts to attack Dead of the Night Demon. As a response, the Wind player plays a quick spell, Lightning Bolt, killing Wild Boars before the attack goes through. Earth player then untaps her Sage Ballista, which should not have been tapped in the first place. Earth player passes their turn, and Wind player untaps their cards. They draw a spellbook card for turn, and they activate their Cloud City's ability, and play Great Wall by tapping their avatar. Wind player then taps Dead of the Night Demon to move it to an adjacent location, performing an attack against the Foot Soldier. Sling Pixies then move to a nearby location thanks to its airborne ability. After thinking for a while, one player decides to play Doomsday Device as born by Sling Pixies. They end their turn, and the Earth player starts theirs. After drawing a spellbook card for turn, they play a village by tapping their avatar. Earth player taps Foot Soldier and Sage Ballista to hit the Dead of the Night Demon for 3. They then spend 4 mana to play Pudge Butcher. They pass. When player then starts their turn by untapping all their cards and placing a counter on Doomsday Device. They draw a spellbook card for turn, and they tap their avatar to draw from Atlas. They then tap Sling Pixies to move it to an adjacent location. Earth player starts their turn by untapping all their cards and drawing a spellbook card. They then spend 3 mana to play Royal Surveyor. Earth player then taps Pudge Butcher to drag Sling Pixies to its location and shoots it using Sage Ballista. Now that the Pixies are dead, Doomsday Device is an abandoned relic. So that means that Royal Surveyor can tap it to become its new bearer. Earth player then taps a Foot Soldier to move it to an adjacent site and passes. When player untaps their avatar and places another counter on Doomsday Device. They draw a spellbook card for turn, and they tap their avatar to draw a site. When passes their turn, an Earth player starts by untapping all their cards. Earth player draws a spellbook card and taps their Royal Surveyor to move it away from their avatar. Royal Surveyor hits for 2. An Earth player taps their avatar to play Quagmire. Knowing that the bomb is about to explode, Earth player activate Crusade's ability to sacrifice some of their minions in order to gain some life. Finally, they play Cave Trolls Burrowed, since they will be protected from Doomsday Device explosion. The Doomsday Device third and final counter is put, and kaboom! Earth player plays Earthquake. When player then spends 4 mana to play Bolt Lightning, dealing a total of 6 damage to Pudge Butcher, killing it, and then dealing 1 extra damage to Avatar of Earth. At last, Headless Haunt hits an undefended enemy site for 5. Avatar of Earth is now at death's door and cannot gain life anymore. Earth player tries to defeat a few enemy minions. And they try to set up some defenses. That's not enough, however, to prevent the win player from playing Lightning Bolt for a direct hit and win.